A country has a flag that is shaped like a rectangle with a triangular section in the middle. The area of the triangle is 1/5 of the area of the entire flag. Part 8. What is the length of the shortest side of the triangle?
Alright, so for this question, you gotta write down your given information. So we want to find the shortest length of the triangle, which is this length right here. So B. The first thing we want to do is write down our given information. So what given information do we have to answer this question given? Alright, so we know that the triangle, the area of the triangle is 1/5 of the entire flag. So we can change that into a sentence. So the area of the triangle is, what is? A what?
Is
A equal sign.
Oh yeah. And 1/5.
And then we put 1/5, and then we put
multiplication.
multiplication sign. And then the area of the entire flag, so we're just drawing it out. What is this trying to say? We're changing this right here into words. The triangle is 1/5 the area of the entire flag. That's this right here. Now we're getting closer to our final answer. So the area of the flag is 1/5 the area of, so the flag is going to be base times height. And then is to multiply, we bring down. So we're trying to find the area of the triangle. We're trying to find the area of the triangle, which will help us get to our answer. Alright, so we have to substitute our given information, the information that we know, into the formula. So we know the base and height of the flag. So this is one dimension of the flag and this is the other one. And we have that right here in our figure. So what are we substituting in for the base? What are we substituting in for the height?
You're going to put 7 inches for the base.
Okay, so let's put 7 inches here.
And then you'll put 5 inches for the height.
Now, what am I doing to these two? I'm going to have to multiply them. And once I multiply, I will get the area of the entire flag, which is 35 and then inches squared. So 35 inches squared. I'm going to bring down my multiplication dot. I'm going to bring down 1/5. Now I can find the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle is 1/5 the area of the entire flag. So now what do I have to do? I have to evaluate. So how do I multiply 1/5 times 35?
You could change 35 to a fraction.
By putting it over.
1.
Exactly. What's next?
And
then
we multiply
1/5.
1/5 times 35 over 1. So for the numerator,
So you gonna flip it over.
for the numerator, when you multiply fractions, you just multiply across. So you just multiply
35 over 5.
1 times 35, which is 35. And then 5 times 1 for the denominator, which is
5.
5.
And then
divide.
5.
You put you drop the top number in.
So 35 divided by 5, and that's going to be
7.
So what does that mean? The area of the flag is 7 inches squared. So now that we know the area, so we know how much space this is taking up right here. It's taking up 7. So the area of the flag is 35, but the area of the triangle is 7 inches squared. Now we can use that to find the next part. So we're gonna clear this first. And now we know that the area of the triangle is 7 inches. So now we need to find the shortest length. So since our triangle, we're gonna start with the formula for a triangle, which is area so the formula for a triangle, area equals what? What is the formula for a triangle?
Area equals
base times height, and since it's half the area of a rectangle, we have to
divide by 1 divided by 2.
Divided by 2, or we can
Or
multiply by 1/2. So now we're gonna substitute. So we know the base of the triangle. The base of the triangle is gonna be the exact same length from here to here. So that
just
means
7?
the height is gonna also be 7. So if this is 7, this must also be 7. So I'm gonna substitute that into my formula. And now I need to find, I know the area is 7 as well. So I have 7, because we just found the area in the last part.
Yep.
The area of the triangle is 7, because it's 1/5 of 35. 1/5 of 35 is equal to 7, so that's the area of the triangle. The height is going to be the missing part, so we're going to put a variable in right there, so times h, and then we can multiply by 1/2 or divide it by 2. So we're going to multiply by 1/2. So once you multiply all of this, you have 7 times 1 for the numerator, which is 7, and then for the denominator, 1 times 2, which is 2. So 7 over 2 times h is equivalent to 7. Now we need to solve for a variable. And what does it mean to solve for a variable? We have to do what?
Get the variable on one side
Equal sign by itself, yeah.
We have to get the variable on one side of the equal sign by itself. So what do
So
we
you-
have to move?
You want, that's the variable, so you're gonna move to 7 over 2.
H is the variable, so we need to move 7 over 2. So to undo a fraction, we need to multiply by its reciprocal. And what is the reciprocal of 7 over 2? What's the reciprocal?
2 over 7.
2 over 7. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So since I multiply that side by 2 over 7, what do I need to do now?
You want
Do
to,
it to the other side.
Multiply the other side by
Yeah.
2 over
and
7.
then that cancel out.
What is that?
2 over 7.
2 over 7 cancels out with 7 over 2 because
And
reciprocal.
then, now you do your multiplication.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's gonna be 7 over 2. I mean, 14 over 7, because 7 times 2.
Yep, 7 times 2 is
over
14.
7, which equals 2.
14 over 7. 7 times 2.
Yeah.
7 times 2 is 14. And for the denominator, 7 over 1, which is 7.
Mhm.
And then I have to divide, which you said 14 divided by 7 is 2. So what does this mean?
You got 2
It's the
Is-
height.
Is the height of what?
of the triangle.
The triangle. So if we start, we substituted, we found the value of h, which is here. And once we solve, we got the value of 2. So we can answer the question, what is the length of the shortest side? If this is 7, well, these are much longer, so this must be 2. So that is the answer to the question, 2. Now we can move on to the next part, which is a lot easier if you pay attention. All right, so
Alright. Part B. How will the area of the flag change its dimensions of the flag change? Fill in the blanks to complete the statement. The area of the original flag is blank square inches. If only the base of the original flag is doubled, the area of the flag will be blank square inches.
if we gonna start right there. So this is saying that the area of the original flag, what was the area of the original flag? 5 times 7, right? Base times height. So the area of the original flag was 35 units square, or square inches. So if only the base of the original flag was doubled. So what does it mean to double? To multiply by 2. So we know that if this is the formula, area equals
Base.
area equals base times height. We know that the original area was 35
Yep.
inches squared. The base was 5 and the height was 7. So if we double the base, what does that mean?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply base, which is 5 by 2. So instead of writing 5, we're going to write 5 times 2
You get 10.
and then multiply that by 7.
7, which is 14.
10 times 7.
I mean,
It's
70.
70.
Are you talking about
So the area of the original flag is what?
70.
35.
35.
Right? Base times height. It's right here, 35.
Oh, looking at 7.
If only the base of the original flag is doubled, the area of the flag will be, so that only the base is doubled, the area of the flag is what? 70. So that's the answer right there.
Mhm.
So we doubled the base and we got the area, if the base is only doubled. Now we can move on to the next part. If only the height of the original flag is doubled, the area of the flag will be blank square units. So now we're gonna erase square inches.
But it's still union.
So now we're gonna erase this. Now we started with the original area equals base times height. We have our dimensions. So now we wanna double the height. So what does it mean to double the height?
You gonna multiply 7 times 2.
Exactly. So we're gonna instead of the height being 7, it's gonna be 7 times 2,
Which is 14.
which is 14.
Then times 5.
And then you have to multiply that by 5 to get the area, and that is gonna be 70. So if we double the height, we're gonna still get 70. Now we're moving on to the next part.
Okay. If both the dimensions of the flag are doubled, the area of the flag will be blank square inches.
Alright, so now we started with the same thing. Now what do we have to do to get this part? We have to what?
Double
Double the
area of the area.
area. So
Of the flag.
Oh, double the area of the area. So we want to double both the base and the height. So we want to double the base and the height. So what does that mean? Now we have 5 times 2 times 7 times 2. We want to double both dimensions. I don't know if it said it on my quarterly. Alright, so we have 5 times 2, which is 10, times 7 times 2,
It's
which
gonna
is
be
14.
140.
It is, so the area, if you double both dimensions, you get 140.
Yep.
Now we're moving on to this next part. Double one.
Doubling one dimension of the flag results in an area that is blank times its original area. Doubling both dimensions of the flag result in this area that is blank times its original area.
Okay, so doubling one dimension, how much did the flag area double? So the original dimension was 35, right? And then when we double one dimension, we ended up with 70. So how many 35s will it take you to end up with 70?
That's gonna be
2.
2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So doubling one dimension, we're gonna end up with an area that's twice the area of the original flag. Now what about when we double both dimensions?
That means you're gonna multiply.
How many times you multiplied by 70 times 2, and we ended up with 140. So what does that mean? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're trying to see how many times 35 goes into 140. That is division. And that answer is 4 times. So if we double both dimensions, we're going to get an area that's 4 times greater than the original flag. So you can use division. You could have divided right here, 70 divided by 2, or 70 divided by 35 to get how many times 35 it goes into that.